Antonio Pierce had a press conference after the game last night. 36-22 loss to the Carolina Panthers in our home opener. Like I said in our last video, that it was pathetic. It was a pathetic loss. It was an embarrassing loss. But Antonio Pierce had a lot to say in his press conference after that game. And the quote that he said, because I don't have the actual video, but I did watch the press conference after the game. And he said that as the game went on, Pierce said, I think there was definitely some individuals that made business decisions and will make business decisions going forward as well. Then he had the right to say that we got our ass whooped. I would have booed us too. Now, what does this actually mean for Antonio Pierce? Coming in here saying that some individuals made business decisions. What does that actually mean? That players was out there playing for themselves and not playing in unity? Or we had players out there was like, okay, I'm just going to collect the check and I don't care about winning. So if that is the case, which I don't know if that is the case, Antonio Pierce is going to make that business decision for you. And going forward as well, it might be the quarterback position, it might be the wide receiver position, it might be defense, it might be offensive coordinator, offensive line coach. It could be many of things that Antonio Pierce can say. But he was absolutely right. We got our ass whooped. He was absolutely right. I would have had booed us too. I would have had booed us too as a Raiders fan, because you're not putting a great product out on the field if you're Antonio Pierce right now. I just felt like this team was very unprepared. This team preparation was not up to par. I think they overlooked the Carolina Panthers this week, even though Andy Dalton was 4-0 against us. But I want to get back to the business decision of things. Now, the business decision, in my personal opinion, should be Luke Getsy. Luke Getsy needs to go. He's not a creative offensive coordinator. He puts us in bad situations when it comes to third downs. He sets us up for failure as an offense. Now, like I said before, when it came to the Chicago Bears last year and Luke Getsy was the offensive coordinator, what did Luke Getsy absolutely do? Nothing. He had the worst offensive line in football in Chicago. And now he worked that same scheme that he had in Chicago last year and making the Las Vegas Raiders was supposed to be a top 10 offensive line, probably dead last in the league in offensive line because we can't run the football. We can't protect Gardner Minshew. So if it's a business decision that Antonio Pierce has to make, the first one, in my personal opinion, should be Luke Getsy. And whoever the offensive line coach is for the Las Vegas Raiders. Because the scheme is not working and nothing is changing. I mean, the next thing you might do is possibly Devontae Adams. Obviously, I don't think we're going to win a lot of games this year. So if you want to get the best out of Devontae Adams, just trade him. Just trade him at this point. But it could be other things, which it was some unnamed players that he did not call out. But he stood on business and said that we're making business decisions going forward. And I would love to know what those business decisions are. In my personal opinion, those business decisions got to be from coaches to players to front office. It got to be something. Something has to give when it comes to this situation. And he had every right to say, okay, you want to make individuals want to make business decisions? We're going to make them going forward. We're going to make them right for you. But I really hope that he stands on business this week. I really hope so. Because if he doesn't, Deshaun Watson is coming into town with that Cleveland Browns team, and Amari Cooper is playing against his former team, the Raiders, which was the Oakland Raiders at the time. But when was the last time Deshaun Watson played us and he beat us? We had Andy Dalton come here and throw for 322 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. You think Deshaun Watson could do the same thing on us if we don't get our act together? So I need Antonio Pierce to stand on business with these business decisions. Because these business decisions can be very valuable to the team, or it could be, oh, what the hell happened to this team? So if Antonio Pierce is going to sit here and make business decisions, if individuals want to make business decisions, I need both sides of both parties, whoever those individuals were, and whoever Antonio Pierce get rid of in these business decisions, stand on it. Stand on it. Simple as that. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Stand on it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't stand on it, it's going to be a problem. So, Raider Nation, I would love to hear what you have to say about the business decisions that Antonio Pierce is going to make. And what business decisions do you think he's going to make? Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Nothing But Raider Podcast. I'll see y'all in the next video or in the next live stream. Peace.